गुड आफ्टरनून। आज हम पढ़ेंगे पीएसएम में। नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी इन पीएसएम अबाउट न्यूट्रिशन and some important concepts about adult trends. First of all, we see some of the confusing concepts about disease chapter: incubation period, window period, latent period, and gestation period. In all four of them, starting point is same: exposure to the causative agent. But the last point is different for all of these. Incubation period is from exposure to the development of clinically significant disease, at which clinical symptoms may appear. Window period is exposure to the point till the disease can be lab detected. Latent period is from exposure till the onset of infectiousness. Infectiousness means after which it can spread disease to others. A gestation time is from exposure to maximum infectivity. These all may be same or may be different from each other. Now comes the other trends. First of all, other trend is groundnut or maize, which get adulterated by fungus Aspergillus, which produce aflatoxin, which causes hepatocellular carcinoma and liver. Another one is wheat or rye or bajra get spoiled by a fungus named Claviceps purpura. Aspergillus flavus is the full name of Aspergillus, which causes contamination of groundnut and maize. Next is Claviceps purpura causes ergotoxin. Ergotoxin causes necrotic finger toes, convulsions, and hallucinations. We can learn this by method of we give ergotamine to reduce the migraine attack, which causes vasoconstriction. So in this, when we take ergotoxin, which causes necrosis, vasoconstriction of peripheral blood vessels, which causes necrosis of fingers and toes and convulsions. Now most famous is kesari dal. Kesari dal, which is itself a weed, which is used by some poor villages in our country as a replacement for dal or arhar dal and pigeon bee. And now next is it contains a toxin most famously called as BOA, which stands for beta oxalyl aminoalanine. Next one is now we have to discuss some of the details about khechri dal, where it causes neurolathyrism. When do we call that neurolathyrism is there, or any risk factor for neurolathyrism? When 30% of pulse which is consumed is khechri dal, and for how much time? 2 to 3 months. Then there may be a risk of developing neurolathyrism. It contains 5 stages. On stage 1 there is ungainly gait under stress, most commonly seen under stress. So the second is steeping gait. Third stage is crossed by walking toes. Cross legs, walk by cross legs or walking on toes, with help of a stick, one stick. Fourth stage is two stick stage, in which a patient is unable to walk without the help of two sticks. The last one is fifth is crawling stage, in which patient is unable to walk with the help of sticks also. Treatment is not very effective, but can be treated most of the symptoms, in which we give 500 to 1000 milligram of vitamin C for a week. Another method to prevent this is steeping. Steeping is putting khechri dal in hot water for 2 hours to remove BOA. Another is parboiling. Parboiling means keeping khechri in lime water overnight to remove BOA. Another one is banning the crop. It is a legal action taken by the government to ban such crops, so that its consumption is not happen in poor place. But it is not a very feasible option, because it is a cheap source of their proteins, and in some parts where there is no access to such a nutritious compound. Some strains of khechri which are with only 0.1% poison, that is BOA, is contained, so which is distributed to these places, It is a genetic replacement of khesri dal, but it is under caution because it contains 0.1% of poison. So giving a dal which contains 0.1% of poison is again questionable. Another adulterant is, now fourth one adulterant is panicum malariae, which is mixed with crotalaria seed. Crotalaria seed is junjunia seeds, which contains pyrrolizidine. Pyrrolizidine. It causes endemic ascites. Endemic ascites. Pyrrolizidine. Another is Argemon mexicana. Argemon mexicana or Satyanashi Argemon mexicana, seen in local language. It is a weed commonly grows around the mustard field. It is intentionally mixed by some shopkeepers to increase their profit, or accidentally get mixed because of their closeness to the main crop. It releases toxin was sanguine toxin, which causes bilateral pitting edema. Then in later stage it can cause congestive heart failure. All this comes under endemic dropsy. Now it is in tabular form. Hepatocellular carcinoma caused by aflatoxin. Aflatoxin produced by Aspergillus flavus contaminated groundnut or maize. Necrosis of fingers and toes caused by ergotoxin released by Clavicer purpura. It is infecting the crop of wheat, rye and bajra. Cross leg walking on toes caused by bitoxylyl aminoaniline present in khesri dal. Endemic ascites caused by pyrrolizidine or Penicillium malare mixed with crotalaria plant. Crotalaria plant Junjunia. Endemic dropsy caused by sanguine toxin released by Ergemon mexicana, Satyanashi Ergemon mexicana, which causes bilateral pitting edema. In later stage, it can cause congestive heart failure also. Now comes this is all about nutrition. Now comes about this is all about adulterants. Now comes about nutrition. Nutrition, we have to first know about the reference for which we talk all about the quantities of nutrients or quantity of calorie which has to be taken by oneself for its day-to-day activities on the basis of the work it is doing. Reference male in female is 65 kg, and reference male weights 55 kg. Height of reference male is 177 and height of reference female is 162. BMI is both for both sexes is same, 18.5 to 29.5. Age is 19 to 39 years, and it is mandatory. So 8 hours in bed, 8 hours in moderate activity, 4 to 6 hours in sitting, 2 to 4 hours in recreational activities or household activities. Protein is 0.83%. Prior to this it is 1 gram per kg per day, but now it is 0.83 gram per kg per day. So for male it is, for active male it is about 54 gram per day. RDA, now comes the RDA and EAR. RDA means recommended dietary allowance, which satisfy the needs of 97.5% of population requirement. EAR is estimated average requirement, which satisfy 50% of population. So obviously, which satisfy larger area of population, amount of population is much higher. So RDA is higher than EAR. If we are able to compare complete RD of the patient population, then ER automatically get completed. Now for energy requirement in males and females, active reference male and female, if it is a sedentary like ourselves, which we doctors or students, it comes under sedentary. For it is easy to remember, for like it is as because of low body fat, high body fat, females requirement is less than the male. So 2100 for males, 1700 for females. Now comes now for the moderate female worker, it is as equal to the sedentary male worker, so 2100, and next is 2700 for heavy worker. Now to get the heavy worker heavy worker male, energy requirement is just double of 1700 plus 500, so 3500 approximately. For pregnancy it is plus 350 kilocalorie per day, and for lactation for first 6 months is 600 kilocalorie per day, and next 6 months is 520 kilocalorie per day. Now comes the calcium requirement, vitamin D, and ferrous iron requirement for male, female, pregnancy, lactation, old age for more than 60 years. Calcium requirement for all age groups is 1000 except for lactating and old age group, which is 1200 to 1200 milligram per day each. Vitamin D is same for all the age groups, 600 microgram per day. For ferrous, it is 17 milligram for males, and for females it is 29 milligram for because it is lactive, because of menstrual cycle. In pregnancy, menstrual cycle is short, so less amount of iron is needed, so only 27 gram, and lactation all much less, about 23 to 23 milligram needed. Next is about carbohydrate. It is all about references, and next one is for carbohydrate. Carbohydrate measure we will calculate glycemic index. Glycemic index is area under 2 hours blood glucose curve after giving eating 550 gram of food, for which we have to calculate the glycemic index, to the area under 2 hour blood glucose curve after eating 50 gram of glucose into 100. This is curve shows the blood glucose index, glycemic index. Maximum is for glucose. Next one is for potatoes. Pulses are pulses having much less, and least for fruits glycemic index. High glycemic index is when glycemic index is more than 70%, which is for fast food, cola, chips, and fried rice, and such things. Moderate is 56 to 69%, which is for basmati rice, and low is for when glycemic index is less than 55%, which is for pulse, pasta, except for if we use excess of cheese on it, millets, fruits, except sweet potato and watermelon, which is having mildly higher glycemic index. Prudent diet, which is given for a cardiovascular disease patient or for having a patient having any comorbidities, in which we call salt intake less than 5 gram per day, salt saturated fat less than 10% of total energy, which means after our from all the energy we take, only 10% of our total energy comes from saturated fatty acids. Balanced diet phenomena is also followed. Fat is 15 to 20%, protein is 10 to 15%, and remaining is for carbohydrate. Less high energy food like fat and alcohol. Less processed carbohydrates like chips, potatoes, or chips, and biscuits. Now, if we give a child which is having a thin hair, legs and hands, and the chest is showing the rib cage, and the swelling is in the abdomen, it is most commonly kwashiorkor, which is a protein and energy protein deficiency, in which there is a low protein and a fatty liver. Flex sign is seen on the scalp because of the patches of discolored depigmentation of hair, and then pigmentation, and then again depigmentation. Irritant child with low appetite, so it is having poor prognosis. Marasmus on the opposite side is having good appetite, so having better prognosis despite of having both carbohydrate and energy deficiency. Fine dotted skin is caused by rough black dotted skin caused by vitamin A deficiency, essential fatty acids, and vitamin deficiency. Indicators of quantity of protein. Indicators of quantity of protein are net protein utilization, which is best indicator. It contains protein or nitrogen utilized by our body from food. Utilized means used for making amino acids and proteins in our body. Upon nitrogen and protein present in food into 100, which nitrogen NPU of egg is maximum, which is 96. So it means protein which is present in egg is totally 96% utilized by our body to make proteins, best quality protein. NPU also contain DC into BV by 100. DC means digestibility coefficient into BV means biological value. Digestive coefficient value means protein absorbed from by body upon total protein present in the food into 100. Biological value means protein utilized by the body upon protein you absorbed by the body. On multiplying, we got cancelled both the, and resultant is from the formula of protein utilization by the body upon protein present in food into 100 divided by 100 of present here. Okay. Now next parameter to now some facts about soybean contains maximum amount of protein, but it is not fully used by the our body. Egg contains best quality of protein, which means it has highest NPU value. Fish having maximum protein energy ratio. Now what is protein energy ratio? Protein energy ratio is energy from protein in food divided by total energy from food. uh, Energy which we take from our food, percentage of energy which we take from food comes from protein, divided by total energy which we get from our food into 100, which is highest for fresh. Now for one egg it is 60 kilocalorie, 60 hours, and 6 gram of protein, 6 gram of fat, 250 milligram of cholesterol. It is deficient in vitamin C and carbohydrates. 100 ml of human milk. Now some discussion about human milk. 100 ml of human milk is 67 kilocalorie energy, and 1.1 gram of protein. It is deficient in vitamin K, but less amount of vitamin C, but higher than cow or buffalo milk. Uh, Human milk contains maximum of carbohydrate, DEA, taurine, and cysteine amino acid, which is essential for brain development of child. So it is not irrepressible. Mother's milk is irrepressible to the buffalo milk, buffalo or cow milk, because of such essential nutrients, which is helpful for brain development. No, it is there is no doubt that cows, buffalo's milk is highest in protein, fat, and iron and calcium. But iron and calcium is high, but not well absorbed in our gut. Now some information talk about fats. Most essential fatty acids is linoleic. Linoleic acid contains N, so it is most first essential fatty acid. Second is linolenic, it contains 2N, so it is second essential fatty acid. Third is arachidonic acid. Omega 3 fatty acids is prevent MI. Cod, fish, liver oil, best source of vitamin A, D, E, K, fat soluble vitamin. Indian gooseberry is best source of vitamin C. Oil have maximum essential fatty acids are safflower oil. First position is safflower oil. Second is sunflower oil, and third is soybean oil. Oil having maximum saturated fat is coconut oil, but is not so much harmful. It is picturized by our advertisement committees or overall media. Degree of essential fatty acids plus vitamin A. Deficiency of essential fatty acids plus vitamin A, D, E, K, fatty soluble vitamins causes phrenoderma, in which horny papular rashes can be seen on the extensor surface of arms and legs. Vitamin A. Now some discussion about vitamins. Vitamin A is retinol, contains in carrot, in mangoes and papaya. Mango comes in summer. First clinical sign to be checked by the physician is conjunctival xerosis, which is can be compared by a beautiful poet to describe the clinical finding as sand on tide appearance. Another is it is comes under X1A classification of xerophthalmia. Xerophthalmia compiles of all the clinical manifestations caused by deficiency of vitamin A in the eyes, or ophthalmic complications or ophthalmic symptoms caused by vitamin A deficiency. In which there is classification in which X1A is used for conjunctival xerosis, X1B is conjunctival whiteout spot. Second sign is clinically significant. It is used for screening because it can be easily seen by any person, whether it is ASHA or non-clinical background or non-physician or common pupils. So it is used for screening purpose. First symptom to be told by the patient is night blindness. It is a last stage of, it is very advanced stage of xerophthalmia. So if a patient complains of night blindness, it is very hard. It is not used for screening because already the disease is at the higher pace. Vitamin deficiency is public health problem when night blindness is more than 1% population, more than or equal to 1% of population, and if bite or spots is more than 0.5% of population in 6 months to 6 years of child. Treatment is for 1, 2 and 14 days. We give 1 lakh international unit if age is less than 1 years or weight less than 6 kg, 8 kgs. And 2 lakh kgs, 2 lakh international unit if weight is more than 8 kgs or age more than 1 year. Now some last is vitamin A, thiamine. It causes the transketolase enzyme deficiency caused by eating polished rice, because it removes the outer aileron layer of rice. Can cause dry beriberi, which has no CNS functions, which has no which has CNS manifestation. Wet berry, which has blood related manifestation like dyspnea, congestive heart failure. Vitamin B2 is riboflavin, causes angular stomatitis, whose deficiency causes angular stomatitis. Eating raw egg white contains avidin, which binds to biotin, which causes deficiency of biotin in our diet. It causes less hair in scalp or reddish erythema over the scalp. Vitamin C causes bleeding gums because of deficient collagen synthesis. It can be used for treatment of khichdi dal or neurothyroidism treatment, in which we give 500 to 1000 milligram for 1 to 2 weeks for treatment of neurothyroidism. This is all about, and the next one is some treatment about measles. Now measles is discussed in next video. Thank you.